You forgot about Jackie Wells, and that's okay. It isn't your fault. The heist went wrong. It went really, really wrong. The failure of this gig wasn't avoidable either. Dexter Deshawn was far too incompetent to ever organize an operation against Arasaka of this caliber, and Yorinobu Arasaka's resolve to murder his father was unwavering. If you've also been around the block of Cyberpunk fan theories, you would be aware that many players believe that Adam Smasher was undoubtedly aware of Jackie and V's presence in Konpeki Plaza too. However, if Yorinobu didn't murder his father, the heist could have possibly succeeded by the skin of their teeth. Bare minimum, it's possible that Jackie would have lived to see V's achievements throughout Night City, even if the heist in general wasn't successful. But on that fateful night, with Jackie dying in the Delamain cab, may have been the best outcome of everything. Due to what was to come, just think about it. Before you react, ask yourself this: would Jackie have even lived for long? Or better yet, would he even remain V's closest friend and ally had he survived the events of the heist? Jackie could never be as powerful as V. CD Projekt Red hasn't released any official information regarding V's canonical cyberware tolerance, as you'd expect due to the nature of the game. But if we take the game as it is, base value, V's cyberware capacity is comparable or even superior to Adam Smasher's. If you choose the right specs, every piece of V's body can be replaced with cybernetics. One of the most popular theories for V's superhuman capacity for cyberware that's borderline canon is the stress and load of the cyberware usage being split between V's consciousness and Silverhand's thanks to the biochip. But the objective stance is that V will always be on an entirely different level comparatively to Jackie, or any normal person in Night City for that matter. And that is exactly what Jackie is, a normal person. The only available information for Jackie's cyberware is as follows. Number 1, an EMP threading ability, and number 2, a neuroport with outdated firmware. Even compared to random low-tier gangbangers you can find on the streets of Night City, Jackie is a guppy compared to them. Sure, theoretically he can upgrade his cyberware with more effective firepower and protection, but eventually he'll hit a limit like everyone else. Jackie will either reach a point where he is outmatched, even if he's fighting alongside V, and die, or he will no longer be able to relate to V, as V ascends to the superhuman, high-functioning cyberpsycho, and Jackie remains a normal human being. In Cyberpunk 2077, there is an overwhelming amount of narrative dissonance. V could be in a cutscene, acting akin to a normal, happy person, and then as soon as the cutscene ends, you could decide to destroy half of Night City in an hour. So there is no proper representation of V's canonical psyche. Under the player influence, V can certainly delve into insanity and monstrous behavior, but at the same time, be this cool, calculated John Wick-like assassin. But alongside various trauma and mental instability, I personally believe that V could exhibit a wide range of behaviors canonically, including those of extreme acts of ultra-violence. Heavy cyberware usage is a slippery slope, and unyielded caution is a common overarching theme of Cyberpunk. In the harsh reality of 2077's America, those who desire power will either die struggling to achieve it, or they will succeed and slowly lose their humanity, as said power will distance themselves from the common person until it eventually destroys them. Adam Smasher and Alt Cunningham, what's left of her at least, are both excellent examples of the latter, if you could say Adam Smasher had any humanity to begin with at all. However, I digress. V could also become just like them though. He is essentially the most powerful character within the Cyberpunk universe, and has no clear rival after the possible death of Adam Smasher. I'm not saying V is going to become this godlike, apathetic amalgamation of AIs, or a sack of organs surrounded by a walking tank, but past a certain point of superhuman power that V can obtain, how can he even relate to Jackie at all? Would V even be empathetic to Jackie's struggles and even his life? To be human is to have limits, and V is limited by nothing. Jackie Wells served an important purpose within the events of Cyberpunk 2077, and I'll touch on that soon, but first we should discuss the pacing of his character. It may feel as if his existence was inconsequential, or his character development had not been explored to its fullest potential. In my subjective opinion, I believe that was CD Projekt Red's sincere intention with our beloved Chiquita. If you're familiar with the Netflix spinoff, Cyberpunk Edgerunner's pacing was deliberately fast-paced and abrupt too. This isn't a one-off mistake, more so a reoccurring theme within the cyberpunk setting. I believe that the quote-unquote rushed events fits the narrative perfectly. There is no guarantee of a long-lasting relationship with anyone amongst the danger of Night City. Any time at all with your loved ones must be cherished down to the very last second. The mercenary life in Night City is among some of the most dangerous work available, and the lifespan of the average hired gun isn't very long. It can be an exhilarating life that entices anyone with promised fortune and fame, but that high life can come into a crash very quickly to an unimportant and lowly death after Night City is done chewing you up, spitting you out like you were never there to begin with. Playing as V, the player begins to understand very quickly throughout the game's story that no one's survival is promised within the borders of Night City, and to overcome the struggle to rise through the ranks and power of Night City's corrupted culture and society, you must fight and bleed over securing your own identity, or you will die a nobody alongside hundreds of people every day. You aren't alone on your adventure though, as your story intertwines with the paths of people who desire to survive and thrive. You've heard of people who've done it before, years ago, and that's all the inspiration you need to steel your resolve and march on. Jackie Wells, David Martinez, Raish Bartmoss, Johnny Silverhand, they were all legends who rose to face the challenges of Night City in pursuit of a better life or their own dreams and desires. And well, you're familiar with the phrase, there are no happy endings in Night City. When a character from either the pages of our own history or from fictional media performs a heroic or legendary deed, they can become so popular that they are idolized, even posthumously. Unfortunately, though, time is a resolute monster that cannot be reckoned with, and the memories and humanity of that legendary figure fade and transform into a dream or goal, or even an idea that particularly serves to inspire the next generation. You may have forgotten about Jackie, but you didn't forget of him. Jackie's hopes and desires, his dreams for a better future with and for his loved ones, and his sheer willpower to see that his goals are completed regardless of any harm that became of him, never leave you, but fade to the back of your mind. You subconsciously absorb his passion and determination into your own motivations without a second thought. You might have not cared for Jackie at all, or you may have felt sad about his death after the heist. However, you moved on, for better or for worse. Who else would have continued their mission, not only for the sake of themselves, but for the sake of their comrades and family? Our G, Jackie motherfucking Wells. Carrying on isn't the entirety of it though. Regardless of forgetting Jackie Wells, or living every day as if he was still there alongside you, his cause continued because his hopes and his dreams continued to live vicariously through you, the player. The situation is similar to Johnny Silverhand's. However, there's no yapping synthetic coke addict visualized and directly telling you to do so. There is not a single better outcome for Jackie other than his death in that Delamain cab. And if you knew the man, you knew he had absolutely no desire to retire peacefully anytime soon. In my subjective opinion, working with what Jackie's limited game time has given us, I believe he fought more for the idea of a future, the option to choose more specifically, rather than a strict set of goals and desires. He loved his family and friends. That can't be disputed at all. Maybe Jackie even desired to provide and care for a family of his own. It's hard to exactly say, but what is for certain is that Jackie wanted to experience the high of accomplishment amongst soul-crushing struggle. More importantly though, I believe that Jackie thought that his own role in his own dreams was optional compared to the success of his loved ones. I sincerely believe that Jackie wanted his loved ones to live, not just survive, even if he could not share that dream with them. And with that in consideration, Jackie died exactly how he wanted to. He died in a high-stakes, legendary blaze of glory, where he was certain that this gig would provide for the people he loved. And of course, you must remember, Jackie was a product of Night City. And what's Night City about? The many sacrificing themselves, so that the surviving few can achieve freedom and glory in a cesspit of despair and struggle. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, I'll see you around in good health.